Hi, I'm Maria Garcia and this is assignment number 4. I'm using a jigsaw as a review tool or to kind of put together all of the patterns that I teach during the semester. I'm a reading teacher, so one of the big things that we teach is patterns. I'm not going to show you how I teach patterns because it's pretty complicated and it usually takes about a week. But I will show you how I use the jigsaw, which is a very oral discussion assignment. The first thing I do is I review patterns with them. We've already learned what the patterns are. They've already practiced on their own. And now I review it with them: time order, listing, classification, space order, cause effect, compare and contrast, definition, generalization. And here's all of them together. After I review with them really quick, we're going into our jigsaw. The jigsaw assignment looks like this. First, I show them, I already have a setup, it works very conveniently. I give each one of them a number and a pet name, which they think is hilarious. I don't know why. So I would say, well, Yoli, you are going to be number 1 and you're a dog. And then Mark, you are number 2 and you're a dog. Tico, you are number 3 and you're a dog. And so forth and so on until I have the whole class. I leave this, I kind of save it until class is over because it's amazing how they forget, but I have it saved up. Once I get them into their numbers and their pet groups, I tell them what they're going to be doing, and here are the instructions. We're going to go over patterns. Let me show you the empty outline because they will be receiving an empty outline, sorry. And they're going to fill it out. So once they're in their number group, group number 1 will do time order and generalization. Group number 2 will do listing and definition, and so forth and so on. And I have this up while they're doing the assignment. I also give them an important note. Well, I'll come back to the notes in a minute. First, they go into their number group, which is when I hand out the empty outline. And they're going to fill out the numbers that they're supposed to. How do they fill this out? They could use their notes, they could use their book, and they could use me, and they could use each other. I walk around the whole time making sure that everybody's writing down what they need to write. They're going to write a description, come up with an example, and some of the key words for that type of pattern. Once they finish doing their part, then they move into their pets. And I'm sure you're familiar with the jigsaw. Once they move into pets, each pet group will have the rest of the jigsaw, the rest of the empty outline. So now that, let's say they go into their groups for animals, their pet names, and they'll continue working on their empty outline. Each member of the group will have one of the parts. It works out very nicely. Now here's where I make sure that I tell them some of these important notes. Do not copy from each other. The idea is to share the information you have verbally. Please speak loud. A lot of my students are very shy and they struggle with, being able to speak loudly. So I make sure that I tell them, make sure you speak loud enough for the whole group to hear. Please ask questions. Your classmates are a good source of information. And last, I tell them, I'm here to help. That's what I'm here for. So ask me questions. I give out answers all the time. While they're doing this, I always walk around and make sure everybody's on task and I help them out. In every group, you always have some that are more quiet than others, but I make sure that everybody gets the word out. I do tell them not to copy from each other, so if I see them passing the papers from one to the other, I tell them that's not good learning. Please don't do that. It's better if you share with each other because that's good learning. And this is the empty outline. And that is how I do a jigsaw. And it's a great oral activity that I do in class, and it's a great learning tool. And then once they finish with their empty outline, they can keep it as a source of information and a good study guide. I hope you enjoyed my lesson. Thank you. And that's it.